Laker Nation, this is your boy Derek James from the Film Room Podcast. And I know I haven't recorded a podcast in the last 4 or 5 games or so. In the last 3 episodes of my podcast, you heard me mention to pray for me and my family. And the reason why I was saying that, of course, because my family and I are going through a tough time. My grandmother, which I mentioned so fondly in my podcast, passed away over the holidays. And she loved my podcast, and of course she would want me to keep going and putting these podcasts out and talking about these Lakers and making jokes on the team and bringing light to certain situations. And if you knew my grandmother, you knew that she was an unbelievable human being. When people talk about the wisdom of older folk, they were speaking about my grandmother. My grandmother would always know exactly what to say, when to say it, how to say it. I mean, just the sheer advice that she would bestow, that she would utter, was God-given. She would know exactly what to say, when to say it, how to not ruffle your feathers or how to not make you uncomfortable about what she was saying. But she would always say the right thing. Not the thing that you wanted to hear, the right thing. I mean, she was undefeated when she gave advice. You know what I mean? So, Grandma, I'd like to give you a moment of silence on my podcast. And everybody out there listening and watching, just a brief moment of silence. Ladies and gentlemen, my grandma was a huge Lakers fan, a huge LeBron fan. And so I dedicate this podcast to you, Grandma. Thank you for being who you were, unapologetically. And thank you for all the years that you blessed us with your presence on this earth. May you rest in power. Laker Nation, it's been a little bit. And I haven't recorded podcasts, of course, because of the information that I've just given you. But also because I myself actually went into health and safety protocol. And it really dawned on me when I caught COVID that, you know, you shouldn't play around with things. I came on this podcast and I joked about being on the health and safety protocol list, and then shortly after, your boy caught COVID. What's going on, Laker Nation? Listen, I have entered the health and safety protocol. So I was out, I was down. I still watched the games, of course. But I didn't have the energy to record a podcast. It just kind of floored me. You know, rooting for the games. Of course, we've been winning. I know y'all been seeing that. But rooting for the games, getting all emotional and excited about these games, and then afterwards, I just did not have the energy to record. And also with my grandma, you know, it's just a lot going on. But Laker Nation, we are back. What we talking? Championship run, huh? What are we talking about here? Laker Nation, these boys, our boys, have been playing some ball here as of late. It only took them almost quarter of a season. 30 games in, hey, listen. We've been putting up numbers. We've been looking good on defense. So all of these little things that we've been nitpicking over the course of this season have now been smothered. Oh, the Lakers got to get, they got to get their defense under control. Hey, listen, our defense has been incredible. Oh, the Lakers' offense sometimes stagnant. Hey, listen, our offense have been popping. The Lakers have been on it, playing for a full 48. I love to see it. I'm here to see it. You know what I mean? But we got a lot to discuss, Laker Nation. A lot. I'm talking about the last 4 or 5 basketball games. I'm not going to shortchange it. We're going to talk about it all. And that's all coming up next on the Film Room Podcast. So, Laker Nation, oh my goodness, man. We have been on a run. I'm going to just go over the scores of the last few games I missed, and I'm going to cram them all in this one. Tonight, we played the Atlanta Hawks. We beat the Atlanta Hawks 134-118. Led by another LeBron James 30-point game. Hey, listen, Mr. 30 points himself has been on a roll. I mean, he's just been on a roll. The last game we played, we beat the Sacramento Kings 122-114. The game before that, we beat the Timberwolves 108-103. The game before that, we blew out the Portland Trail Blazers 139-106. And the game before that, we lost to the Grizzlies 104-99. Now, I don't know if I covered this game or not. I think I did. So let's see here. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think I missed the last 4 games. Because when was this one? This one was on the 29th. I did the Houston Rockets, yeah. So Laker Nation, first and foremost, Happy New Year. I hope y'all got y'all's resolutions in, what you're going to do, what you're going to change. Me? Just more of this. More of bringing you these podcasts. And I may be bringing more podcasts, not just talking about the Lakers, but talking about other stuff. I wear so many hats. Ain't no sense in just keeping it all on the Lakers. But right now, we're talking about the Lakers. The last 4 games, we won 4 straight. Can you believe it? Without AD. Let's go to this last game tonight. I'm going to go to the box score early. And there's a few people I want to talk about. And I might as well start it off with the GOAT. LeBron James had another 30-point game. He played 36 minutes tonight at center. LeBron James has been playing the 5 effortlessly. You hear me? Now, of course, sometimes on defense, he don't move. He is not going to help you out. And he is not going to jump. He is not even going to attempt to act like he's going to play defense on you. But he has been incredible at center. Listen, is there something that this man cannot do that involves basketball? They said he is breaking all of the records. All of them. Don't matter which record. The normal records, the youngest players' records, and the oldest players' records. He's just a record breaker. Through and through. But speaking on this game, he had 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks. He was 13 for 24 from the field. That's 54.2%. And he had a terrible night shooting the 3 ball. He was 1 for 6. That's 16.7%. He made all his free throws. Again, he was 5 for 5 from the line tonight. Incredible what he's doing. Yeah, he had 4 turnovers and he was a +4. It was a +4. In the game before that, we played the Sacramento Kings. He played 36 minutes. He scored 31 points. some slight. 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 12 for 26 from the field. That's 46.2%. And he was 3 for 10 from 3. That's 30%. He was 4 for 5 from the line. He had 2 turnovers. He was a positive or a +3. Where we played the Timberwolves. LeBron James played 39 minutes, scored 26 points. He had 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. He was 7 for 15 from the field. That's 46.7%. And he was 3 for 9 from 3. That's 33.3%. And from the free throw line, he was 9 for 12. That's 75%. He had 1 turnover, and he was a plus or a +9. In the game before that, where we played the Trailblazers. Let me go back here. LeBron James played 29 minutes. He scored 43 points. 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He was 16 for 26 from the field. That's 61.5%. And he was 5 for 10 from 3. That's 50%. He was incredible in this game. Incredible. He was incredible in this game. He was 6 for 9 from the free throw line. He had 0 turnovers. He was a positive or a +18. We wiped the floor with the Trailblazers. They didn't know what to do with LeBron. I'm going to just play some clips, little montage of what LeBron did to these teams over the last 4 games.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to defend LeBron James. I got to tell you, from my heart, I give him a good shot of winning MVP.
How?
Because of narrative. In the larger picture, people are going to say, look what he's overcoming. He's overcoming the guy who's running away with the turnover lead in the NBA. And LeBron is playing at the highest level we've ever seen a year 19 player play.
Oh, yeah, that's not even close.
So since he missed that Sacramento game with the false positive, I don't know what that was all about, he has come back with a vengeance. He has come back with a vengeance. He has come back with a vengeance.
I put that together myself. Listen, he was incredible. Age 37, can you believe what this man is out here doing? Year 19. Year 19. I don't think most people understand, man. When this man is gone off the floor and not playing anymore, there is going to be a big gaping hole in the NBA. Now, of course, the NBA is still going to be great. But it's going to lose a lot of greatness when this man retires. Hey, listen. What he has done over the course of his career and what he still remains and still continues to do to this day is just utterly incredible. 37 years old. He is outplaying everybody on the basketball court still. And they thought he would fall off. Some people would have said he's washed up. He don't have the same step. He don't have the same love for the game. He wanted to go to LA to make movies and be a superstar. LeBron James for MVP. I don't know what y'all thought. They've been trying to get out all of these MVP candidates while LeBron James has been sitting sidelined because of COVID or trying to, whatever they throwing at the man. Injury, sickness, illness, whatever it is. And he comes back and over the last, I don't know how many games have been playing like this. I mean, lights out like this. Mr. Fourth Quarter is back. He's introducing Mr. Third Quarter. And now he's introducing LeBron at 5? LeBron playing starting center and still dominating? But the next person I want to talk about, who I will give my flowers to tonight, and y'all already know if you watch the game, is one Mr. Malik Monk. Malik Monk has been outstanding to me this whole season. But what he has been doing as of late is just mind-boggling to some. I knew he had it in him. I knew as soon as I seen his name and I looked at his highlights in the offseason what he was going to do on this Lakers team. And I said, he is the future of the Lakers. He really is. Him and THT. And you kind of seen that tonight. And there's a few apologies I want to mention, but I'll get to that later. Hey, listen, let's talk about Malik Monk. He played 34 minutes tonight. As the starting small forward, he scored 29 points, a career high. He had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. He was 11 for 20 from the field, that's 55%. And he was 7 for 12 from 3. That's 58.3%. I think for the first half, he did not miss a shot. And if he did, it was late in the first half, and he only missed 1. He was incredible tonight. He had 0 turnovers. He protects the ball well. He was a positive 14. Malik Monk gets my flowers. I'm giving him all the flowers. Let's go back to Malik Monk's last game, where we played the Sacramento Kings. Malik Monk played 37 minutes. He scored 24 points. He had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Are y'all starting to see a trend? Are you starting to see some consistency? There's 2 games in a row. He was 8 for 15 from the field. That's 53.3%. He was 6 for 11 from 3. That's 54.5%. He was incredible in this game. He had 1 turnover. Let's go to the game before, where we played the Timberwolves. Malik Monk played 33 minutes, scored 22 points. He had 0 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. He was 8 for 14 from the field, that's 57.1%. And he was 4 for 9 from 3, that's 44.4%. Another incredible game. And scoring 20 points. Listen, this is his 3rd game in a row. I'm going back in time, of course. Let's talk about what he did at Portland. Let's talk about what he did against Portland. Malik Monk played 29 minutes, scored 18 points. He had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. He was 6 for 11 from the field. That's 54.5%. And he was 2 for 5 from 3. That's 40%. Hey, listen. Are y'all starting to get a picture of what Malik Monk is doing? It's the consistency for me. See, that's all the Lakers have been missing for a very long time, is that number 3 scorer or that number 3 person that we can just get some consistency from on a night in, night out basis. He's been scoring over 20 points. I mean, this game versus Portland, he only scored 18. Close enough. He's been scoring right at 20 or over 20 and has been playing some incredible ball. Hey, listen, his percentages speak for themselves. And see, when I talk about percentages, I'm not talking about anything but the IQ, the basketball IQ. He's not just throwing up shots just to get buckets and points. You know what I mean? He's taking great shots. And the shots that he knows he can make, he's taking them. And he's knocking them down. His percentages are crazy. But he has been playing lights out. And I got to salute Malik Monk on what he's been doing. And as he's been stepping up to be that number 3 guy. Because we going to need you, big boss. We going to need you. Next, I want to talk about one, and I want to issue some apologies. I talked about THT and trading THT and how that may be good for us. I talked about how LeBron James can't make this thing work because we haven't been seeing it. But lately, we've been seeing it. Lately, we've been seeing flashes. This is without AD. This is without Kendrick Nunn. This is without Wayne Ellington. We picked up Stanley Johnson for another 10-day contract. Listen, y'all need to stop stalling and pick this man up. Pick this man up. Stats won't show what he does on the floor, but anybody watching the game can see what he does on that floor. And what he does on the floor is great. His energy, his effort. That's what we've been missing. And he was great again tonight. Avery Bradley, another one, was great again tonight. I alluded to Avery Bradley being that guy that kind of fills in when our superstars start playing this hero ball, ISO ball, where they just start shooting up shots, bad shots, no matter what. Avery Bradley is that guy that kind of stands in the gap and say, hey, listen, while everybody else is standing around, I'm going to cut. I'm going to make you pass me the ball because I'm going to be wide open. And I'm going to make this layup. Avery Bradley has been incredible. Anybody talking about trading Avery Bradley has not been watching the Lakers. We need Avery Bradley. Badly. His defense. His unwilling, he's just, he never stops on defense. He shut down Trae Young tonight. Trae Young just scored a 56-point game the other game. Avery Bradley shut him down. How many did he score? He had 25. And anybody watching the game could tell, he wanted to go off, but he couldn't. We had a nice game plan, and I'll credit that to Vogel. But let me go back to my apology on THT. Hey, listen, I mentioned trading THT with a Russell Westbrook, although I didn't want to get rid of THT. I didn't want to get rid of THT, but I felt like it had sweetened the deal just to get Russ out of there. And although Russ has still been, he had 9 points tonight in 31 minutes. But he had 11 rebounds and 13 assists. He was 4 for 14. He was 28. It's 28%. And he didn't shoot a 3, thank God. Let me see how many turnovers. And he didn't have a lot of turnovers this game. Oh, yes, he did. Wait a minute. No, he didn't. He had 3. He had 3 turnovers. So LeBron likes him. I love him. You know what I mean? Never again will I say we need to trade THT just to sweeten the deal because, of course, I want to keep THT. But Russell Westbrook, I retract everything I said, bro. You good in my book? Yes, you get turnovers. Yes, yeah, but hey, listen, man. We gonna ride this thing out. You a Laker. So I got your back, bro. But we have been playing some good, decent ball. There's not a lot I can nitpick. You know what I mean? We've been closing out games. Credit to LeBron James just putting his head down and just going off. Going off. For crying out loud, in the first half of this game, I think he had 11 points. He ended the game with 32. So in the third and fourth quarter, he said enough of this passing stuff. I done got Malik Monk going. I done got Carmelo going. I got Avery Bradley going. Not just LeBron. Westbrook had a big part in that. He had 11 assists. Sorry, he had 13 assists. So a lot of that was Russell Westbrook getting these guys going. And as a point guard, that's what you're supposed to do. If you're not going to score, at least get our guys in good scoring positions. And don't turn the ball over. And he did both tonight. I salute you, my G. I salute you. But we just got to keep this ball rolling. Next, I want to talk about the team we got coming up next, which is the Grizzlies. And the last time we played the Grizzlies, Ja Morant went off and so did LeBron. And then I'm going to just show you.